Welcome back, folks. Wrestling in a state championship match is something wrestlers dream of from the very first time they step on the mat. Now imagine fulfilling that dream alongside two of your brothers. Irvin Doman has the story.
Being one of the final two wrestlers standing on the mat at the CHI at NSAA State Wrestling is an honor in its own right. Doing it 2 years in a row is proof that you belong.
The lessons I've learned is that if you don't try hard, anyone can beat you. And obviously I didn't get beaten this year, but I've come decently close a couple of times. So if you don't bring your A game to every single match, then something like that can happen.
For Easton Hochstein, he capped off his junior season with a 52-0 record and a gold medal. But even after he reached the pinnacle of his season, his focus was on his two brothers and his heartbreak for one and optimism for the other.
I accomplished my goals, but at the same time, I'm already shooting for another one next year, alongside with Bodie, who couldn't get it done this year, and then hopefully Brady gets it done this year.
In just minutes after that interview, Brady Hochstein, the oldest brother, would have one final chance to win gold. The senior would have a rematch of his district final match against Darren Dozler, and Brady would prevail once again with a 13-3 decision win.
It was about time to be on top, and it just remembering that match, how heartbreaking it was, knowing that I don't want to go down on that type of note this year and be done like that. It really pushed me, and after seeing my brother lose, that that was all part of the fire, and I think that's what kind of did it for me and pushed me to the very end.
In total, over the past 2 years, the Hochstein trio has brought 4 gold medals and 2 runner-ups back to Hardington.
It's a blessing. I think I've said this a bunch, but we each have our different learning styles. Every single day we learn off of each other in practice. It's so competitive. 3 kids in there that could just as well be state champions. It's hard to beat.
And while Brady's run as a Trojan wrestler has concluded, Easton will have a chance to be a 3-time state champ, and Bodie, like older brother Brady, will enter his senior season hungry for redemption. In Omaha, Nebraska, Irvin Doman, KTIV Sports Force.